Today, we are going to discuss which are the best players to claim or buy in the Aqua Inferno event. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe if you're interested in FC Mobile related content.
Yeah, boy.
After discussing the previous week's players in the previous video, let's move to the week 4 players. We are also going to add the team exclusive players to this list. Vieira at 1500 shards. He's really dominant in the game. It's a little high price for a CDM, but he's the best CDM right now. Superb defending and physicality, due to which he wins the ball quite easily, along with a 6 feet 4 inch height. Having decent pace, shooting and passing, and a 4-star weak foot which can be handy to take shots across modes. 5-star stamina makes him last throughout the game. He plays well on the center mid position as well. A high defense work rate along with dives into tackle and power header traits which comes in handy, especially during corners. Really good marking, tackling and awareness which reflects in the game. He would definitely be in the buy tier list after Van der Sar due to his high cost for a CDM. You can go from a 280 if you're fine with a 108 OVR, which would save you 1000 shards to get another player. Moving to the next player, VIDIC at 1000 shards. Excellent defending and physicality along with a 6 feet 3 inch height. Decent pace as well with a 4.5-star stamina. Having a power header and dives into tackle trait with a high defense work rate. He's really amazing at heading but is an aggressive centre back who runs forward. If you're looking a centre back to hold back, you should not go for him. But if you want to pair him with a centre back who holds back, he's a really good option with amazing marking, tackling and awareness. He would be in the buy tier list after Cannavaro, who according to me is better in defending and holds back and has much better pace. As far as you have a tall centre back to pair who is good on heading, preferably with a power header trait. Decide a centre back as per your squad and current deficit. If you currently face issues with headers and aerial play, go for VIDIC. If your other centre back isn't as effective on headers, because Cannavaro is short, which affects his headers at times. But if you get more defeated on ground and have a centre back for headers, go for Cannavaro because he holds back and is really good in winning the ball along with good pace. And you can pair him with another centre back who could be aggressive. So select your centre back according to your gameplay and team requirement. Moving to the next player, Luis Figo at 1000 shards. His pace is high, but he feels much slower compared to his stats and other options in the game right now. But he has just released, so he might get a buff soon and could be quicker. But his cards in generally feel heavier in the game. This one is better compared to his previous versions. He has decent dribbling, shooting and passing in the game, but a 4-star left foot for a right winger isn't ideal, which as we know restricts scoring from tight angles. You can also play him on the cam position. Having a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move with flair, playmaker and outside foot shot traits and a medium attack work rate, affecting his positioning in the game. There aren't many right wing options in the event, so if you pack him, you can keep him provided you're comfortable using a right foot player on the right wing. Moving to the next player, Kvaratskhelia at 1250 shards. He does have good dribbling and shooting and a 5-star weak foot. His pace stats are quite good, but he feels slower compared to his stats and the other options available in the game right now. And he also feels slower compared to his previous cards. But he is recently released, so the card could likely be tweaked and improved. Having a 4-star stamina and striker and right wing as his alternate position. You can definitely use him on striker if you don't have a striker or if you opt for different versus attack and head-to-head formations and have another lower OVR left winger in squad. Having an outside foot, long shot taker, flair and finesse traits which are all really helpful, and a high attack and a medium defense work rate with Elastico as his assigned skill move. Currently, Elastico is a really good skill move to use, and as an assigned skill move would make it easier for you all to use. He would be in the buy tier list after Hazard solely on current performance, which could likely change in the upcoming weeks. But if you prefer a +1 OVR, then you can go for Kvaratskhelia, who also has a 5-star weak foot and would help you to increase your OVR in the coming events. Also, there's a possibility of Ginola in the next event. So if you intend on getting him in the next event, if he's a left winger, you can try to claim an other positional player. Moving to the next player, Suvaslai at 650 shards. Good pace, passing, along with good physicality with a 6 feet 1 inch height. Having a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move, and cam as his alternate position. You can even play him there if you require a cam. With flair, long shot and outside foot shot traits, with a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. His positioning is really good in the game and is a very good playmaking centre mid. He would be in the buy tier list after Hamshik, as Hamshik is better in terms of shooting, especially with the 5-star weak foot. Moving to the next player, Rise at 800 shards. He has really good defending and physicality with the 6 feet 2 inch height and a decent pace, considering he's more of a defensive centre back. Having a 5-star stamina, has power driven free kick, early crosser, long shot taker and giant thrower trait with a high attack and a high defense work rate, but he really holds back in the defense and is really effective in winning the ball back, having good tackling and marking stats along with good positioning. His pace is not as high compared to someone like a Hernandez, but for defensive-minded centre-back, you don't need as much pace because of their positioning, but he doesn't feel that slower also that you cannot catch up on attackers, at least for now. Maybe in the long run, that may cause an issue. He would be in the buy tier list, but due to his shard cost, he would be lower down the order. But if you need a defensive-minded left back, he's a better choice than Hernandez. But overall, with Hernandez's pace and the +1 OVR, Hernandez would be a better choice overall, but costs almost twice as much as him in terms of shards. So as per your requirement, you can go for either one of them. Moving to the next player, Cantona at 800 shards. He has really good shooting and physicality, especially in the box, which is really good for a target man striker like him, with a 6 feet 2 inch height. But he feels quite slow compared to the other striker options available right now. You could still use him in a dual striker, but a single striker formation with that pace would create problem. He has a 4-star weak foot and a 4.5-star stamina and 5-star skill moves. So you can perform Elastico, having the flair, long shot, playmaker, power header and outside foot shot traits with a high attack and a medium defense work rate. He is quite good at corners with his power header trait and a 6 feet 2 inch height. But the acceleration is really slow compared to the current gameplay. He does have good ball control and balance, which helps him to keep the ball. The acceleration is really low in terms of current gameplay. He would be in the keep tier list, higher up the order. But I would still prefer a striker with more pace like Hernandez or Marmoush. And Van Persie, even better, if you cannot make to the other strikers. Moving to the next player, Ruben Dias at 450 shards. Very good in defending with a 6'2 height and the power header trait with medium attack and a high defense work rate, a 4-star stamina and a 2-star skill move. His defending is quite good along with his physicality, but he is a 107 OVR and there are better centre back options to go for in the event. But if you pack him, you could use him. He would be in the keep tier list, lower down the order, but if you have just 200 shards more, Campbell is a much better option. Moving to the next player, Kolo Muani at 450 shards. He's really quick with good shooting and decent dribbling, but he is a 107 OVR with a 4-star stamina, so you would require a sub, flair and the finesse shot traits with a high attack work rate and a 4-star weak foot. If you pack him and need a striker, you could use him if a 107 works for you as per your current stage in the game. But again, when Van Persie is available for similar shards, you should not claim someone like Kolo Muani. Moving to the next player, Furman at 300 shards. Good dribbling and passing, but has bad pace and physicality, due to which he loses the ball. He would be in the avoid tier list before Emery, as he has better shooting and dribbling compared to Emery. Moving to the next player. Reinders at 300 shots. Good pace and dribbling with average shooting and passing, having a 3-star skill move and a 4-star weak foot, along with flair, long shot and playmaker trait. He would be in the keep tier list before Enzo due to his better agility and dribbling, but to claim there are better options as we discussed earlier. Moving to the next player. Zeballos at 200 shards. His pace and dribbling is good, but a 3-star weak foot for an important RM or a right wing position, along with a bad physicality and a 5'7" height. He would be in the avoid tier list after Sunny. Moving to the next player. Zirkzee at 200 shards. A 3-star weak foot and a 3-star skill move with relatively bad stats and gameplay. He would be in the avoid tier list lower down the order. Moving to the next player. Hwang at 200 shards. He has a 5-star weak foot, but his shooting is on the lower side, but has good dribbling and passing. Has slow pace and a 106 OVR. He would be in the avoid tier list. If you want to get someone at the similar shard cost, you can go for Bernardo Silva instead. Moving to the next player. Diomande at 200 shards. He has good defending and physicality. 6'3" height but does not have the power header trait. And he's a 106 OVR. He too would be in the avoid tier list after Martinez. Moving to the next player. Martin at 200 shards. He's pretty decent in defending with a 6 feet height, but his pace is very low for a left back with a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. He would be in the avoid tier list somewhere here. You can get the other left back options as we discussed earlier. Moving to the next player. Belanova at 300 shards. He's pretty good defensively and has a good pace with a 6'2" height and a medium attack and a medium defense work rate, and is pretty efficient in winning the ball back, but he is a 106 OVR, which is relatively low compared to the stage in the game. He would be in the avoid tier list higher up the order and before Bradley, as he does a better job in winning the ball back. If you're relatively new to the game and pack him, you can consider to keep him, or if your shard budget is low, you can get him. Moving to the team exclusive players. For Team Inferno, we have Pele at 1500 shards. He has excellent dribbling and ball control, along with really good pace and shooting, and decent passing and physicality with a 5'8" height. He also plays very well on his alternate cam position, so if you need to play him there, you can definitely play him there. A 5-star skill move, which allows him to perform Elastico, but his Elastico isn't as efficient as some of the other strikers. He has a 4.5-star stamina, which is good, and finesse, playmaker, and power-driven free kick traits with high attack and a medium defense work rate. His acceleration is quite good in the game, with really good ball control and agility. But due to his lower physicality, he does tend to lose the ball at times. He would definitely be in the buy tier list before Cannavaro. He feels better than Eusebio in terms of pace and dribbling, but lacks the 5-star weak foot, which affects his shooting. And Bale's pace is much superior compared to both of them. Thus, he will be after both of them in the priority list. But he's definitely a very good option. If he's one of your favorite players, you can definitely get him, as he's much more usable in the current gameplay than he was before. The last player that we are going to discuss is Maradona, who is available for Team Aqua players. At the same 1500 shard budget. He's really smooth and the best right wing to claim from this event in my opinion. He has good pace, shooting, dribbling and passing, and just like Pele, the current gameplay suits him. Even though he's 5 feet 5 inches, he does manages to keep the ball. With a 4.5-star stamina and a 5-star skill move, his Elastico is quite decent to use. He plays good even on the alternate cam position, and also as a striker he plays well, having the finesse, flair and playmaker trait along with the avoids weak foot trait, which is really good when he is a left-footed right winger, having a high attack and a medium defense work rate. If you see, his acceleration is really high, which reflects in the game. Though his overall pace is lower, his acceleration is higher. so he quickly gets moving to run away from the opponent's players. Having really good finishing and ball control along with good balance even though the shorter height. Another player to whom the current game style suits. He would be in the buy tier list after Eusebio, but he feels better than Pele to use in game. Thus he's before him, but of course it would depend on which path you choose. He's the best right winger to claim in the game right now, definitely one of the top right wingers in the game. So this is how a tier list of Aqua Inferno looks like. Prioritize getting these players for your squad, and depending upon your shard budget and stage in the game, you could move to the lower ranks. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. We'll try to answer as much as possible. Watch the other parts of the video here. I create FC mobile related content, so if that interests you, make sure to subscribe.